crazy dystopian stuff happening.
Cisgender this, cisgender that. Meanwhile,
Democrats went too far with this.
Okay, we were having a whole moment off screen there. Welcome everybody to Beyond Parody. We're just getting our smiles on today. I am going to be leading us through the journey today for our Beyond Parody show today. Dan is on a magical journey with his family. There is a lot going on in the news. And honestly, as I was looking at what we had, there's a lot of funny news this week. And I am very excited. Sometimes we have to talk about really serious stuff. And there's obviously some war and heavy topics, but there's also some pretty funny stories out there. So welcome to Joel A. up here.
That is me.
Chief of Not the Bee. And Travis Woodside over here, a fellow, well, you all know Travis, a man who needs no introduction.
No introduction. There's a war going on? Is that what you said?
It's not actually a war. It is a military contingency operation.
Yeah, we haven't declared war since what? World War I, World War II?
World War II.
Yeah.
What's even the point?
Yeah, Congress.
What does Congress do?
Yeah.
What are words?
What are words? What does Congress do?
Today on the show, we're going to discuss words.
We're going to discuss words. All right, but we are going to discuss, here's a couple of things we're going to talk about to look forward to in the show. We're going to bring up the gay Ayatollah. The gay Ayatollah. Yeah. Gay Ayatollah. I am sorry to
get us banned off YouTube.
Inform you we are going to talk about the Oscars. We'll be quick and it'll be painless, but we're going to talk about them.
The gay Ayatollah will love it.
Gay Ayatollah wins Best Actor. If you didn't hear about it, huge news. California built a bridge to nowhere. It cost $100 million, which is the most California
bridge.
A
butterfly bridge. It's important that we contextualize that.
It's a beautiful butterfly bridge. There's also some fraud going on in California. Who'd have thought about that? We'll touch on that. Joy Reid said a crazy thing about America being worse than Iran, or at least as worse as Iran. So there's that. There's the Joe Kent drama. And a lot more. So let's dive in real quick to the gay Ayatollah. Joel, I want to ask you, you're a man in the news. Is this just propaganda? What is the evidence that the new Ayatollah, who is the son of the previous Ayatollah, who is no longer with us, sad or whatever, is he gay, Joel?
If it is propaganda of the best and highest form. That is what I will say. I don't have any. It's not like I was on the ground in Iran last week asking. I mean, half the people that would know are dead now because they've been bombed from orbit. So but reportedly the former Ayatollah up until very recently, Khomeini, he was concerned about his son's ability to lead because of his orientation, put it that way. There was a certain effeminate nature. He was concerned that his son would not be able to maintain leadership over the country. So is the guy actually gay or not? I don't know, but I will say that it makes for a very funny punchline. Yeah. And so as far as you're engaged in a propaganda war, all of us. I think of Pirates of the Caribbean, you best start believing in ghost stories. You best start believing in propaganda wars because you're in one. Yeah. And so if we have to be in the middle of the propaganda war, then gay Ayatollah is about as funny as it could possibly get. Imagine that during World War II or going all the way back to ancient Greece. Propaganda's always been around. So imagine having gay, they didn't have the memes. We live in the peak of human history with all the memes. I mean, AI videos
that can broadcast propaganda from outer space down to our phones. We have these tiny little propaganda machines in our pockets.
Yeah, we carry them around.
Never imagined.
Spy machines in our pockets.
Yeah, it's amazing. Travis, is the Ayatollah gay?
Okay. Having personally met him, I can say he told me the answer in confidence, and I will not. I just will not spoil
because you've interviewed the entire world, right?
I've interviewed the entire world. We just haven't released it all.
Yeah. Well, that's respectful of you. I respect that, Travis. That says a lot about you. We don't want to do too much on the Iran stuff because it's ongoing. I did want to play a quick clip for maybe the panicans out there who have been yelling because there's a lot of podcast wars going on, and I'm ready. All right, you guys ready for this? Here are the current stats on the approval for the not war in Iran.
And this is from CNN.
On the U.S. military action in Iran. Look at this. Nearly 9 in 10, 89% approve of the U.S. military action in Iran. That is the MAGA base. Just 9% disapprove of it. This is tremendously popular among the Republican base. And of course, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, overseeing the effort. It seems to me that a lot of people are taking that into account, including President Donald Trump, who has been smiling an awful lot at Marco Rubio.
There you go. So that's all we need to talk much about, but it is popular among MAGA Republicans. So anyway, the next story, I thought we would do something a little different today. We usually save our blue-haired breakdowns for 20, 30 minutes down the line. We're going to come out the gate with one because it is so funny. And I don't know if either one of you have seen this, and I kind of hope you haven't, because I don't know how every week I think, all right, we have found the end of the crazy liberal women crying about crazy stuff, where there's no way we're going to have material. And then we find more. So
it's like space. It just keeps going.
It's infinite.
The final frontier.
The final frontier. So here is we have two today, and I apologize that she doesn't have blue hair, but she may at some point. So you all see this?
So it says abolish ICE. Ooh, this is going to be fun.
This is from TikTok. Have you guys seen this?
Nope.
Wonderful. Here we go.
I'm in my new house, walking through my new basement.
Cool.
And I'm standing here, and all I can think is, people could sleep there.
Oh my gosh.
4 people comfortably there with some mattress. Like, I have the perfect basement to keep people safe in, and I shouldn't have to see it this way. It should just be where I keep my cat's litter boxes. But I'm literally so thankful for this, because I never hope I have to use it. But if I do, I can use it for a lot of good. But why is my brain going there? Why are we here right now?
Because you're retarded.
I can't tell if that's satire. And the reason is she mentions the cat's litter boxes, and that's when I'm like, because our whole thing is discovering stuff that isn't satire. So
you think
I don't know, but I will say this. That was a very good Schindler's List performance.
It was
like the end of Schindler's List. He takes off his ring and he's like, I could have saved one more.
Man, the tears look real.
One more illegal.
Yeah, one more illegal trafficker. I could have housed them in my basement.
The cat's litter box does make me think that it's satire, and if it is, major kudos to you, sister, because that's pretty funny. But the tears looked vaguely real to me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe she's just a really good actress, This is like Oscar-worthy.
Turn on the tears.
No, that's a good transition, Travis. Go ahead.
I wonder how long before like little viral TikTok videos become, best short award winners.
Yeah.
I mean, they're shorts.
Was it the Golden Globes? There were one of them that did best podcast this year.
What, really?
Yeah. And it was funny because Amy Poehler won. And Will Arnett, her ex-husband, lost to her. And I actually posted on Twitter a while ago, and I said there is nothing more demoralizing in this world than losing best podcast to your ex-wife. Like,
yeah, that is
probably
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Were we nominated?
Yes, we were, but I didn't accept. I was going to say something really offensive I was going to make fun of the Sachin Littlefoot thing from, when was it that Robert De Niro or someone accepted an Oscar in 1979 and sent a Native American woman in his place. So who would we send in our place to accept our Beyond Parody Oscar? All of the answers in my head were wildly offensive.
We would have to send in a non-documented immigrant, I guess.
Undocumented?
And then they immediately get arrested and detained on stage.
We should send somebody from the tribe that actually owns the land from who was it? Was it Billie Eilish? Billie Eilish. We should send somebody from the tribe that actually owns the land that her mansion is on to accept the award. That's what we should do. We
should hold our own awards. Send someone from the Choctaw tribe to accept it. Okay, this is my new project. Thanks, guys. We're going to start with this. All right, so the Oscars did happen. I used to, as a young woman growing up, the Oscars were just like watching American royalty. And I know a lot of people were like this back in the 90s, which for me was the golden age of my cinematic experience. My sister and I would watch them every year. We'd dress up. We would know every movie that was nominated for Best Picture for years. And then what? They just became totally irrelevant. Like the Oscars are not fun anymore. I looked at the last 10 years of Best Pictures, and not a one of them is a memorable film. They're just like, maybe our viewers will argue with me, but if you Oppenheimer won, which was a terrible movie. I'm sorry, Oppenheimer was not one of Nolan's better films. It was just they're starting to give out Best Picture awards for tokenism for directors that should have got them for better films, but they got snubbed. That's what happened with Paul Thomas
hate that.
Anderson.
I hate that.
Yeah, everybody said, oh, it was his year because he didn't get it for There Will Be Blood in 2007, except he lost to No Country for Old Men, which there was no way he was going to win Best Picture that year against that movie. It's the one of the best movies ever made.
I have a secret to tell you. There Will Be Blood is not that great of a movie.
Not that great of a movie.
It's just not. Now, Daniel Day-Lewis is fantastic in it, but that's the only thing I can say about it. So he deserved the Best Actor. But
did either one of you watch One Battle After Another?
No, I listened to Ben Shapiro's review of it, and I went, whoa, I'm going far away from that thing.
I watched every minute of it. And Mr. B, did you see it?
I did not. But my question is, did Daniel Day-Lewis peak at Last of the Mohicans?
No, he did not. He did not.
All right.
No, I could think of other Harry Potter. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Gary Oldman. Say Harry Potter.
He played Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yeah. He was Lincoln. Yeah. That movie wasn't that great, but he was a good Lincoln.
Yeah, that's the thing. He tends to be in movies that aren't always the best, but he's a pretty good actor. That's an interesting... That's an interesting way to be.
He's a very, it's because I get him and Gary Oldman sometimes a little mixed up because they both have that, what do they call it, when you just submerge your method acting. You become the person and you are that person. And they're both
Did you say Gary Coleman?
Gary Oldman, or as I call him, Gary Oldman.
I can see the confusion there.
See, Robin, it's interesting. Whenever we cover any of the award shows now, our articles get almost no views because people just don't care. People honestly
don't even care about mocking them.
And I'll say, growing up, I did not follow celebrities at all. I still don't know. People will constantly say someone's name, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then they'll say, oh, it's so-and-so from this movie. I'm like, oh, because I know characters. But I don't, that's how little I follow celebrities. So, but I used to watch some of those award shows, like back in high school. I remember watching them because everybody would talk about them. So I felt like I needed to know, like, who won Best Picture, all these various awards. And it has not even been on my radar since probably 2017, 2018. No. But now it's at the point where people don't even admit they watch the shows. If somebody's like, oh, did you catch the Oscars last night? Everybody kind of laughs and goes, gay. It's just like it's seen as a badge of dishonor if you actually pay attention to what Hollywood is doing, as they pat themselves on the back. And that's sad because honestly, I think we should appreciate and we should give awards to good art. The problem is there hasn't really been a lot of good art coming out of Hollywood in at least a decade.
Obvious. The movies that were nominated this year, Sinners, I'm sorry to say, was not a great movie.
Black
it just
Vampires.
wasn't great.
That's all I know about it.
Did you anybody see Sinners? I watched that.
I haven't watched any of the movies that won awards.
Every year, Sinners would have come and gone without a blip. I don't know why. It was mediocre at best. It was forgettable. It was boring. I've seen much, much, much better vampire movies. It wasn't even really a vampire movie. It was 2/3 of it was just them assembling a crew to start a restaurant, and then some vampires show up. It could have been interesting. Tarantino did it better with Dawn Until Dusk, but
Dusk Until Dawn. Dusk Till Dawn.
Dawn and because vampires are
just during the day.
During the day, we all know that. Thanks, Travis. I'm glad you said that, so our commenters on YouTube don't scream at me.
They're gonna scream at you anyway.
But one battle after another. I just have to say it real quick because I gotta this is group therapy. Was one of the you should all watch it just to laugh at it and also be horrified because it is a picture of what the extreme left thinks the right is.
It's a parody.
It is people argued online that they thought it was supposed to be satire. I don't think it was. I think it is legitimately what Paul Thomas Anderson thinks of people who support Trump. And it is terrifying if that's what they think of us.
It was sort of like Knives Out, Knives Out, Rian Johnson, the worst director ever for ruining Star Wars. Knives Out was an entertaining movie, but there was a lot, and you can see I've watched all three of those movies. You can definitely see, particularly in the first one, also in the third one quite a bit. There's a lot of anti-conservative. The first movie is there's a commentary. It's basically a commentary on migration to America. And at the end, watch it again. At the end, the Hispanic immigrant is the one that inherits everything, and it's like it's very on the nose, but people like it because he'll punch the left a little bit, he'll punch, and so he actually executed the movie pretty well. And Daniel Craig does a really good job in those films. He
does a good job in it.
But yeah, the one thing after another, that whole movie was, or One Fight After Another, whatever it's called. I just heard it was basically it was a parody without any redeeming value whatsoever.
There was no character that you liked. There were no beats that landed for me. Somebody referred to Benicio del Toro's character as Ninja Jesus because he's just so perfect, and so there's even a part that someone pointed out to me where he's got all of these, he's like hiding immigrants, back to the clip we watched, in his dojo. And he even says something, he has to like clarify that they don't pay me for this. I just do it out of the goodness of my heart. Because if he didn't say that line in the movie, you would just call him a human trafficker. Because he has like 40 people stuffed into his dojo. And he's got like a hatch that they all go down in. Because he looks very much like a coyote, right? Like someone who's running... Coyote, I have to say it like AOC. Anyway, I thought the Oscars were mediocre, and it was just a big snap at our selves fest. These people they haven't been to grocery stores in 10 years. They haven't. I was looking at this crowd of people, and for some reason the thought came into my head, none of these people have driven a car that has broken down on the freeway in decades. Like they just don't have any connection to real people doing real things, and they think there's so much. Anyway,
if they do break down their car on the freeway, I hope it breaks down at the Butterfly Bridge, because that's.
Let's talk about the Butterfly Bridge. Joel, do you want to give us a little background on the Butterfly Bridge? What is it?
Yeah,
Why is it?
Let me pull up our story here real quick. We got it in the queue. There's this bridge that goes to nowhere, which, if you know, there was a high speed.
Picture of it.
There was a high-speed rail project that was in the news. Yeah. It's been in the news for years that they've spent like over $1 billion on, and it's like a couple 100 feet long. That's it. It's just high-speed rail, a couple 100 feet long. We wrote an article about that last month, talking about how in the same time that China has spent, or that California has spent like $1 billion building one tiny little bridge of high-speed rail, China has built enough high-speed rail to cross the United States 13 times back and forth. And so California is just, it's just tons of fraud, tons of waste. So there's another bridge, $114 million, that is supposed to help migrating butterflies and other wildlife like mountain lions and I guess other things cross the highway. And you see these in other places. Canada's built a few of them. Yeah. This bridge, this bridge, it's a little blurry there, but there's no, there we go. Like the wildlife can't get across it at this point. It's just like this little park in the middle of the
that no one can access.
That animals can't. I mean, I suppose butterflies can still fly over it. But
how much did that cost?
It's $114 million so far.
What?
$114 million so far. And apparently of that, it's $77 million is going to be, they had some funders for it, but $77 million is taxpayer funding dollars. It's $21 million over budget. It had an initial budget of $54 million in 2022. And the lady who's overseeing it has like no experience. She's like an animal activist.
I saw that.
And I don't actually know. We didn't put a little dossier on her for her resume, but she just doesn't, like, she has no experience in building bridges across freeways. So part of me is wondering, all right, did they at least hire people who know how to build bridges so that it doesn't collapse on a family of 6 traveling?
They had it all illegal labor. They got all the guys from Home Depot to come build the bridge.
Yeah, that's
why I can picture a homeless encampment there.
You could. It would be a great homeless encampment, just right on top, tons of sunshine. There's a rock garden,
good tent spot.
It's and you don't have to worry about wildlife because they can't get to it. It's like a 20-foot drop off.
Oh yeah. So since you guys are more aware of what's going on with the bridge, did they like give up on it? Is it still ongoing, or
it is supposed to be completed this fall, which means sometime in 2030 we'll get an update.
It's just
for another $100 million.
Yeah, for another $100
they clearly designed and like landscaped the top, even though it's not finished. I don't know why you would spend time doing that.
I know,
because you're going to bring in more construction crews and mess it up.
It's like landscaped, and I don't know if that's artificial turf. In the video, if you watch the video, the lady who is behind the project, she like carries this little stuffed animal mountain lion around with her. She's describing how amazing this is going to be. And it's like, well, that's great if you can actually complete it and if you can actually hit your funding goals, or
Sure.
you know, your budget is now double what it was supposed to be. It's not done yet. It's absolutely ridiculous. I understand wanting to protect. We have a lot of turtles around here, and so our highways, when you get close to Lake Michigan and the rivers, there'll be a lot of barriers now to try to stop the turtles from getting crushed. And it's really horrible when you're driving and you're just like running over the shells and everything. And it's like, I want to protect wildlife.
We're not talking reptiles this week.
I want to protect wildlife. I don't want my kids to be traumatized as we're running over a bunch of turtles or butterflies, whatever. But can we do it with responsible people who actually spend money wisely without wasting all of the money that we pay in taxes? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
So it's go ahead, Travis. Why bring this up?
Well, it shouldn't even be that hard. We build bridges everywhere. There's freeway overpasses and stuff. They don't need this like red carpet taking them across the road. They just need a little.
They should have an escalator. I'm just imagining a mountain lion just riding an escalator like some $8 billion.
Well, and somebody brought up the point today that they're apex predators. Do we really want to create a bridge that cougars can come down into neighborhoods in California and have access?
Maybe we should be using the highways to fence them into particular areas where we can also protect them from poaching and other stuff like that, and they can have their own. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Travis, you live in California, right? I assume you can see the bridge out your window. Can you describe it for us?
Yeah, I can see it from here.
That's right.
Well, it's big. It's big. It looks almost finished. It's just like Joel said, it's got that 20-foot drop off on either side, which means that instead of building from the ground up, they're like, let's start at the top and build down, it's just a weird decision to make. And they landscaped the top, which means they had to actually use lifts to get all the way to the top to keep working. And that's where they put all the day laborers. And if you listen really hard at night, you can still hear them asking to be let down.
I just want to remind everybody, California has a $29 billion deficit.
It's half of it's going to butterfly bridges.
How many other projects are there like this, like the butterfly bridge to nowhere?
So many.
Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. I mean, there's a huge fraud story as well that we'll get to here at some point.
Yeah, we could talk California fraud. I really quick want to pull, if we do too much California for too long, those of us who
California fatigue.
I was born in California. I love California. We lived there for 5 years too, as adults with our kids in the Bay Area. And you can't beat 72 degrees year round and beautiful beaches and gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, they have everything, redwoods and deserts and mountains and ski resorts.
Feces, hypodermic needles.
Yeah, that's why all the drug addicts and illegals want to live there too.
I saw that my kids got such an education early on, just so many questions, seeing things out the windows. And things, but we'll pull back from California for a minute and then we'll dive back into the fraud. But Travis, you shared with the team this morning a clip that I watched also previously on Battlestar Galactica, and it is so funny because we not only have a president, we have a stand-up comedian. And so can you give us a little background on this, just really quick, what's going on? I'm going to pull this clip up.
Well, just a Japanese PM is meeting with Trump today. It's just one of his usual things where he comes out with world leaders and they kind of have almost a shared press conference together. And I think they're sitting in the Oval Office, not 100% on that. But, they're talking, and Trump is so casual with these people. And they're all very prim and proper, usually, the world leaders. And it's doubly so for Japan. And she's a woman, and she just looks like, I think she's the first Japanese PM. And she very much looks like, I'm trying to represent Japan and be very proper. And he's just like, whatever, let's
and she is super conservative. She's, as far as I've read, one of the most conservative PMs they've ever had. All right.
Well, she was elected to kick all of the immigrants out of the country. That's why they elected her, by a landslide.
So I'm going to play this. This is brand new. I'm making sure okay, here we go. Play.
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan?
So if you can't hear the question, a reporter is essentially asking Trump why he didn't inform Japan about the attacks in Iran.
The war before attacking Iran. So we are very confused about Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted Surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay. Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay.
She's kind of sitting there, no response from her. There's like a little breath.
I think much more so than us. And we had a surprise.
I think that's the bulk of it. Holy cow.
yeah.
He just
We wanted surprise. Who
I
knows
love it.
better about surprise than Japan?
In
Why didn't you
Japan!
tell me about Pearl Harbor? Like it's
good.
like almost like him personally. He should have. He was. When was Trump born? It was in the 40s.
He was born in 1946, I believe.
Yeah, so he was born after Pearl Harbor. So yeah,
Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you tell
Travis.
me? That is such a that who knows better about surprise than Japan. I love it because I mean it's. You're just used to it with Trump by now.
I know,
He's
but it's
completely
still
unmatched. Like
surprise.
it is not. You're not getting decorum here, but it is hilarious. Like it
we
is
should make a
absolutely.
t-shirt, honestly, that just says, well, I don't know, that's dark. Who knows
better about surprise than Japan?
It's so
Just
good.
have a little
It's so
cartoon
good.
Japanese guy flying
Or
the
even
plane,
just the Japanese
kamikaze.
sun, the empire
But
of the
he's-
sun.
He's right. I mean, who does know better? Japan knows better. And
I mean, we can joke
It's
about
kind
it
of a-
now, right? That's the
yeah. Water under the bridge.
it's water under
Yeah.
the bridge.
Through
We're
the
good
Pacific.
friends.
Water
now.
under the
We're good
butterfly
friends.
bridge.
Water under the butterfly.
Butterfly bridge. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's got I will say I have thought for years about Melania at these state dinners, just sitting next to Trump going, okay, what is he going to say next? What is he going to say next? And I don't think but he does allude to the fact that she will comment. She doesn't, I've never seen her squeeze his knee or give him a squeeze on the shoulder as a wife maybe does sometimes in public. But he has alluded to the fact that in private, she will say, you shouldn't have said that. Or because he'll say, Melania doesn't like me talking about this, but so at least she's giving some critical feedback somewhere. But when he's off in the East Wing construction project, but when he's just off script, it's funny. It's very funny. So anyway, thank you, Travis, for sharing that with us. That's hilarious.
You're welcome.
We're going to circle quickly. We're going to touch on the California fraud. It's ongoing, and there was the Nick Shirley stuff, but then there was the James O'Keefe expose on the fraud in California. So I'm coming onto this kind of like our listeners would, just trying to pick up the pieces, because it's one thing to accuse a state or a government entity of fraud. And it's another one to bring the receipts. So what I saw with James O'Keefe and his reporting is they went undercover. And Joel, if I'm missing any details here, please correct me. Or Travis or Mr. B, anybody correct me. But James O'Keefe and his team went undercover as homeless people in Los Angeles or the suburbs of LA, and documented on camera instances of essentially ballot harvesters and people registering homeless people to vote, paying them to what, Joel? To fill out ballots, to register to vote certain ways, to cast their vote in certain ways, collecting these.
It's major fraud.
Mega receipt, and the Newsom administration responded and said that they are going to investigate it. So it doesn't seem like it was all smoke and mirrors. It looks really legit and very bad for California.
Yeah. You basically nailed it. It really what he was doing was he went undercover in Skid Row, and on film. I mean, it's amazing because O'Keefe, like sometimes we've poked fun at him before for some of his stuff. We'll call him a theater kid or whatever. But he literally all he has to do is put on a fake nose and a pair of glasses, and he can get people to just like give their darkest secrets to him. It is amazing.
He's Dean Parmesan.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Like, yeah. You can see, I mean, I actually have the video pulled up right now, and it's just one person after another, money being exchanged. They're filling out these petitions. So when you hear, oh, this petition got 2 million views, and that's why we now have this ballot initiative out in California. Well, how many of those people were being paid for that? And the thing is, the Democrats will always say, well, this is secure. Everything's secure. It's done. No, these are just normal citizens that are. No, if you actually have the power to change political policy, which becomes law that is going to affect funding, that's the most important thing, but also people's behavior, constraining them, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who doesn't really have any morals, why would you not use these democratic institutions in order to gain political power? And so paying a bunch of homeless people for their signatures so that you can get a law that you want, you're telling me that there's zero chance that that's going to happen. I mean, it's human nature. So it doesn't surprise me. The only thing that surprises me at this point, I guess, is that these things have gone so long without people uncovering them. It's not like just started happening. It's probably been going on for 3 or 4 decades.
Travis, as a Californian, do you believe this is possible?
I believe it definitely is possible.
From the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
My only concern is for those Democratic ballot harvesters, because, some of those homeless people are mean. I mean, you can get in trouble.
Going into the
trenches, some of those
seriously.
People. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trying to get their signature and they just shank you. Yeah, I mean, they're some of that. There's a reason they're on the streets. And it's, I mean, we watch videos all the time of people going out there for social media clicks, and they'll try to go help homeless individuals, and then the homeless individuals attack them. And it's like, we all want to help the homeless, but the way that California is doing it doesn't seem to be like, how much has Gavin Newsom spent on the homelessness crisis
$1 billion,
now?
like over $1 billion, under.
His approach is not working at all. It just keeps getting worse.
It gets worse and worse. To the point that local cities are finally getting fed up with it, but they aren't in control of the state. So all they can do is they kind of round up the homeless people and move them to the next city. They just kind of drop them off at the border.
They move them to Utah.
Along.
It's happened here. We've
drop
had
them
buses
off in Utah.
Yeah, and because we're so nice here, it's becoming a big. Salt Lake City there's been a lot of urban decay in Salt Lake over the last 10 years, due in part to really loose homeless laws and really lax enforcement, like public camping and loitering laws. It's interesting, and I'm very interested to see what happens as it plays out. And I don't think it's just California, and it probably is happening in red states too. And if it is, let's take a look at it.
It shouldn't happen at all, yeah.
Let's take a look at it. Go ahead.
No, that's another thing that voter IDs would kind of take care of.
Right.
Because homeless people wouldn't exactly be, lying around with IDs probably in most cases.
Right.
But see, the Democrats would say that you're disenfranchising them, because literally it is a human right for every single individual, no matter how coked out of their mind, to cast a ballot.
I'm disenfranchising abusing homeless people. That's what I would like to disenfranchise.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is you're 100% right, but it's the conversation in the media is always, every single day, I just keep seeing voter ID laws are racist. And it's like, they're racist because otherwise how will black people vote? And it's like, the soft bigotry of low expectations, do you actually think that black people don't know how to go down to the DMV or Secretary of State and get an ID? Like they've never opened a bank account or done never signed up for a gym membership.
For women, as a woman, I'm deeply offended that I am not capable of changing my ID. And what I was thinking about it when you were talking, Travis, if people can go around and get paid to gather signatures from homeless people, can't they also go around and help homeless people get IDs? Wouldn't that be a noble pursuit? Having an ID isn't just helpful for voting. Having an ID is helpful for existing in our society. So maybe the Democrats could start a nonprofit where they go around and help people that they consider disenfranchised get IDs, because you need an ID for just about everything. I have to show ID to get into Costco, and to get my Costco membership, I have to show a driver's license. To get a driver's license, I have to show a passport and a birth certificate. So to go into Costco, you have to have a passport and a birth certificate, essentially, if you follow the chain. So I don't understand the argument. I don't understand.
But that's Jim Crow 2.0. You can't. Costco shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I don't know if you heard, Chuck Schumer actually got kicked out of Costco this week for not
Did he
showing.
Really? That's something that missed. That wasn't on my radar there.
that was a B headline this week. That he got kicked out. I'm going to share another clip because we're talking about how awful and fraudulent America is. And America is nearly or as worse as Iran I'm sorry, Iran. A lot of people are yelling online about Iran. Iran. So I don't know if you guys saw this clip. This is something that just tickled me pink this week. I know Joy Reid is not exactly
sane.
The face of relevancy anymore. Hang on. I have to.
At this rate, she's a conservative.
She's trying to protect
just
you,
like,
Robin. She's trying to make sure that Travis and I don't implement the Christian theocracy that will put you back in chains.
Yeah, if you're not careful, I'll be the American Pope.
Yeah, Ayatollah.
You'll be in chains.
Instead of a gay Ayatollah, we'll have a
if
Travis
I don't have to clean
Ayatollah.
my house. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is the word culturally illiterate and geopolitically illiterate gets tossed around a lot these days, but I'm going to toss it around one more time. This is the most geopolitically illiterate statement I may have ever heard, and I listened to AOC's speech at the whatchamacallit.
That's the nicest way to describe this, by the way.
Yeah.
Our regime has secret police. They have secret police. Our regime is oppressing women, taking away abortion rights, taking away women's rights in like 26 states, some states where they're trying to have the death penalty for having an abortion.
Yep,
they also oppress women. They have the highest rate of women who are in STEM careers. We're kicking women out of the military, out of university. We're saying that DEI means women can't be hired for high positions in the sciences. We're marginally better. And we're doing it for Christianity. They're doing it for Islam, right? Yeah. So it's like we don't get told those things because it would take away the kind of American exceptionalism narrative.
Yep.
Can I tell you a secret? I get Joy Reid and Joy Behar mixed up all the time. So I thought that was going to be a clip from The View. And I was just like, whoa, who's this person?
She changed. Yeah, she changed quite a bit there, secret. Right? That's the Ozempic really...
really did a number.
That is absolutely so. I mean, if you guys are familiar with the Evan or Evin, I never know how to say it, but I just read it. But the prison in Iran, it's one of the most notorious in the world. Psychological terror is the way that you would describe that. The people there absolutely love torturing their victims. Yeah. And this is like, that is what the regime does. I remember when I used to work at a Christian foundation, we had testimonies from people. We were working with believers that were going over particularly to Turkey. And there still are a lot of initiatives across the Middle East. I mean, I was talking with another missionary he's from the Middle East, and he was in Turkey, and at the same hotel where they were having a missions conference, there were a bunch of Iranian people who were also there. And, details all blurred and ambiguous here in case the regime is listening. But there are many people inside Iran that are becoming Christians, but that is illegal to become a Christian.
Oh, and almost like in America, Joel. It's almost the same exact
like in America, right?
We're right there.
I have heard
except it's going to become illegal to like one battle after another. That's what they're going to make.
That should actually be illegal. But the Evin prison, I have heard horror stories from direct accounts that we've heard from individuals. Right. You start hearing these things. You start hearing the stories of women who they didn't have their head covering on right. So an unmarked van pulls up, guys jump out, they take them to an undisclosed location, they start beating them with canes. In many cases, they get sexually abused just simply because they had a lock of hair coming out. Yeah, and you're telling me that as a Christian, the religion that created the whole Western civilization's ideals of equality, democracy, and all these things that we have, the Constitution, like the inherent rights of people, you're telling me that if there's more Jesus in America, that it's basically essentially the same as the Islamic jihadis in Iran. Okay.
It shows you again, like the people who thought one battle after another was some sort of reflection of reality, that she lives in a world where she believes this. Like Joy Reid believes when she says that women, that they're going to face the death penalty for having an abortion. That's not happening. It's not happening anywhere. But someone told her that, or she read it on The Atlantic or something, and now it's become part of her truth, right? We hear this, like, this is my truth and blah, blah, blah. It's not true. It's fake. But she is built up in her head. Somehow she lives in a country that is the freest country on the face of the planet in the history of the world, and she still thinks she is nearly as oppressed as women in Iran.
And she has a lot of money too. She has way more money than I do. She has way more money than the average American. She is arguably one of the richest people in the history of the world.
Because of America.
You're already rich. Yeah, if you make like $50,000 a year in America, you're already in like the top 5% in terms of actual wealth in the world. And so Joy Reid is worth, I don't know how much, but millions, I would assume, which means that she's in like the top 0.0001% of world history.
But she's
out there complaining.
And something freedom of speech, and I am the most ardent defender of the First Amendment. So anytime I see in our country something going down that smells like we're violating the First Amendment, for sure, I'm going to call people out. But to compare it to Iran is bizarre. Travis, Joel and I are hot. What's your take? We're going at it.
If you don't say so yourselves.
Well, I mean, I certainly I think I agree with you guys. Really, I certainly don't agree with Joy Reid, let alone Joy Behar.
Or any of the Joys, really.
She's just overreacting. I don't know for sure if she 100% believes these things or if she kind of gets caught up in the moment as she's talking and then she says something that's wrong, but she just goes along with it. Because that's the thing people do too. Like as far as death penalty.
I mean, not
for
me, but everybody
abortions.
else does.
Everyone else, yeah. So she's blatantly saying things that aren't true, much like Tucker Carlson has been doing lately, and he's so-called on the right. So anyone can do it. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
What are you saying? What is that? This is blatantly untrue.
I don't even know what abortion is. Like,
I don't even know what that means. I didn't say that at all. What does that mean?
You are putting words into my mouth.
Now we're going to get people upset because we're poking fun at Tucker. Oh, man.
I will poke fun.
Sorry.
I will poke the tuck. Poke the Tucker.
Don't say that. Don't say poke the tuck.
I won't.
That's like a thing you would buy at Spencer's Gifts.
Poke the
tuck thing.
Come on, guys.
Is that store still around? I don't know.
Need
it is. I saw it I went to the mall for the first time in years.
Mall.
And my 11-year-old daughter was very fascinated. And but we walked by like Spencer's Gifts and I was like, how are they still? And like the Macy's is closing. There's all these other stores that are closing. Spencer's Gifts is still going strong.
The mall. I have kids that go to the mall and I'll go hang out every once in a while. It's like going back in time. If you want to go back to 1999, go to you've got the pretzel maker.
Yeah.
You've got not Jamba Juice, Orange Julius, which exists nowhere but malls. There's not. It's just there. The hot dog on a stick people, the Sbarros, it's all there and it exists in a mall in your city. So if you want, it doesn't have any video rental places, which is sad, but malls are very old school.
Don't forget the piercing pagoda.
The what?
Oh, piercing
the random people
pagoda. That's where I got my ear pierced in 1987.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, now it's a guy that doesn't speak English who's just scrolling TikTok endlessly.
It was my left ear, not my right ear. That's how you could determine that in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's very important, the ear placement for men.
Very important.
I guess it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have one more video that I want. Well, we have probably more than one, but we have a video I really want to show our listener watchers, our watchy listeners, because we do a lot of robot videos on here. Okay.
Did a robot just attack you? Is that what's happening?
Just very briefly. Just
your computer became sentient.
It does it from time to time. Okay, so apparently this is a robot that they were It was supposed. Have you guys seen this?
I saw this one. I love this. Video.
It makes me so happy. So this robot was they were doing a demo. I'm sure in China at a semi fast foodish looking restaurant here, and the robot I think was supposed to deliver food to people's plates. And again, like we talked about with the cat litter in the basement, this could all have been staged for clicks, but I'd like to think it's real. So can you guys see this? Am I sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I think what really gets me is how the robot is smiling.
If you can't see it, the robot is like smiling and the workers are restraining it and it's continuing to dance even as they are like trying to pull it away.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do we turn this thing off?
It looks like my toddler when we take them.
Look at that little happy face.
Yeah, a little face.
This is like all this robot stuff is terrifying. One of the stories that we ran this week, we had a couple different stories, but there was a Beijing university that taught a robot to play tennis very well with just 5 hours of training data, and in a week it had gone from not being able to beat the researchers to being able to beat them almost every time. So a pro could continue to beat it, but it was hitting over 90% of all the shots that were thrown at it.
And did it wig out though?
Because it has brains. That's the thing. A lot of these robots, they don't have the AI brains in order to actually learn. And so this robot does. So then you combine that with, we had another story about humanoid robots being deployed in Ukraine on the front lines for the first time for reconnaissance. And then there was another video of like a new Chinese robot dog with a belt-fed machine gun on the top of it and everything. And so I look at all these things, the dancing robot, the machine gun robot, the Ukraine robots, the tennis robots, and I go, man, Terminator was not a guidebook, guys. Like it was not like it was not. But 10 years, if that, until we have the T-800 for sure. I mean,
sure. I think the most unrealistic part about Terminator, though, is that the robots were always competent and they never just malfunctioned and started dancing.
I know, yeah. Well, it's kind of a little bit, it's a little bit weird because, yeah, when the Terminators are coming for us, they're going to have that stupid, happy, smiley face, and they're going to be like flossing while they snap my neck.
Oh, man.
So,
that's an image. Well, we showed that video a few months ago of the robot loading the dishwasher, but then it turned out that there was a humanoid, like a human proxy robot controlling which is terrifying. I'm more scared of human controlled robots in my house than robot controlled robots in my house any day. Because I
have an early question. What is the most delicate task a robot could do to you that would be terrible if it malfunctioned?
Shaving?
Almost like, shaving. That would be a good
shaving
one.
What?
Yeah. I mean, shaving.
Just my
you give a razor to a robot and put it at my neck, and now we're
straight razor, a straight shave. What do you call it? A straight edge razor shave?
Straight razor.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the worst that I could think of.
Well, even
I mean,
just a normal, like,
I don't think that we're going to be
razor.
having robots do, like personal hygiene anytime soon.
Like clipping toenails would be bad.
Oh,
yeah, like never. Like I'm not. I would trust a robot. Like I'm really envious of those robot snowblowers. I'm not going to lie, especially after getting about 18
like
feet
a Roomba snowblower. Is that a thing?
And
I'm
they
sure
have,
it is.
there's a Roomba snowblower.
Oh,
Yep,
man.
there's a company that makes it's like $8,000, and what it does is it maps your whole driveway, and then anytime there's snow, it actually connects to the internet. It knows when snow's coming down. It might have a precipitation meter, and it will go out.
Or is it in beta? Like, are they?
No, it works. You can buy this. And it's great. I've watched videos on this thing, and it throws the snow like 20 feet. It has a battery that lasts
your
like
neighbor's
30 minutes.
driveway. It just like lobs it over.
And it just keeps going. And so if it continues to snow, it'll go back after its battery charges and everything like that, or even like a robot lawnmower. I could totally see that. Robot
lawnmower
vacuum
would be awesome.
But like a robot to fold my laundry? I mean, really? Do I?
If it could competently do my laundry, because I do about 10 to 15 hours of laundry a week. So even if it
I have 4 kids and I do a lot of the folding as well. And it isn't like you sit in front of the TV and you're watching something with your spouse and you fold the laundry. And it sucks.
It's not super strenuous.
Like, do I need to spend $20,000 on a robot that's going to snap my neck?
But at some point they'll get down to a level where maybe we could afford it. Laundry is one of the few tasks I enjoy doing. I actually have a rug that I sit on like a dog in my laundry room, and I'll put a podcast on, and I have a door that shuts in my laundry room, so I can hide out in there. And sometimes my kids can't find me, and I'll sit on my little rug and fold clothes, and it's nice. I don't. It's like my bunker. It's where I'm going to go.
Your safe space. You have to lock. I love those videos of couples where they lock themselves in like the pantry or something like that, and they're just in there like scrolling their phones, eating snacks, and then the kids are like, "Where are you, Mom? Where are you, Dad?" And it's like, "Oh, I get 2 minutes."
Oh, I was going to log on to share headlines, and my password's not working for the B.
That's not good.
No.
One of us could pull it up here real quick.
It's performing security verification. It's because I logged. Okay, nope. It says locked due to too many login attempts. You guys, I just out of the Babylon Bee.
Well, and after the week we've had, let me see.
Brave browser. I have to give my fingerprint for password. I have to click allow for this. It wants me to quit and reopen potentially.
I don't know why this
Listen,
is so
guys, Dan is not here and no one can get into Babylon Bee. Is something happening?
All right, let's take a look at our featured headlines on my super fast internet. This first one from 2+2 is Chicken. Fulton County still counting ballots for Kim Jong-un.
So if people didn't hear, his party, it was like the Communist Party, they received 99.93% of the vote, which means that 0.07% of people are probably in prison camps right now.
Well, good for him,
Or there's a 0.7% margin of error.
Yeah, and this one's from Babylon and on and on and on and on. Brits resurrect St. Patrick to drive Keir Starmer off their island.
That's good.
Because he's a snake. You get it?
Get it?
That's great.
And Mr. Hero reports, to select next supreme leader, Iran once again spins wheel of ayatollahs.
That image is great.
That's great.
I love that.
I do like
Man,
that
you guys are
image.
so much funnier than I am. Oh, that's great.
They all look the same.
I know, that's what's funny.
It's all guys with white beards and a black turban and glasses usually.
They all look the same.
They are. Are those all different people?
They are, yeah.
Oh, that's.
I mean, I'm
great.
sure they're AI people. I don't,
don't even know anymore.
From Abraham Lincoln, Keir Starmer announces anyone who says Britain doesn't have free speech will be arrested.
I think we've done similar ones, but that's great.
We have a lot this week. And from Colton, Man of Gondor, also known as Colton Demands, I don't know. Newly uncovered Bible scripts reveal that King Solomon received over 70,000 Instagram reels every day.
Because he had many wives.
Because he has so many wives. Yeah.
I would like to say I have never really watched an Instagram reel. I have Instagram, but I proactively choose not to doom scroll on it or whatever scroll on it.
Because you have a lot of time to do that in your life with
So I
7
just
kids,
waste
12
my time
kids.
on 30 kids. I don't know. There's more every day.
Now let's take a
my
look at our
goodness.
published headlines. It looks like we just have a couple from this week, but the first one's from SKP. Joe Kent publishes full-page ad for his upcoming tell-all book. I think that one got changed a lot. So this was Man Bravely Resigns from Trump administration at
I
great
wrote
cost.
the copy on that one. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into that whole story, and we wrote an article about it this morning, basically just saying it's kind of one of those things where depending on what camp you're following on the right, it's going to determine what you think about it. Like, is he a brave whistleblower that's taking on the Trump administration, or is he just somebody who is trying to get ahead of the fact that he's being investigated by the FBI and wanted to make a splash so that he could get media deals? Like, that's a good.
He was living his truth.
He was living his truth. Yeah,
He's living his truth. And this last one from Bomb Tom Phil. Pete Hegseth explodes after personally consuming $7 million worth of lobster.
What a way to die.
There's a funny
Picture
story
from Meaning of
Oh my
Life,
gosh.
Monty Python's Meaning of
Yeah,
Life.
that's isn't that the itty bitty, the one more, no, I'm thinking of a different Monty Python sketch. The one itty bitty little bite.
It's one of the grossest Monty Python
Yes.
sketches.
Yeah.
It's
very
disgusting.
visceral. So this one, there's a funny story about this Pete Hegseth one. After we published it, Pete Hegseth's dad reposted it on X.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
was so funny. So funny that his dad would reshare.
What was the actual headline that you went with?
Oh, so the actual headline is Morbidly Obese
this
Pete
picture,
Hegseth denies any knowledge of what happened to leftover lobster for the truth.
He looks like Chris Farley. A lot of people think that.
He
up.
does.
Yeah, they just
He looks
you just
fat
added
man
60,
in
70
little
pounds.
coat.
Oh
He's
man.
just like, what? I really, honestly, I don't know what happened to them.
All right, thank you, Travis. I love
you
our.
are
We love
welcome.
our. Those are our forum subscribers. If you're not a member, subscribe to thebabylonbee.com. Also, like and subscribe to this podcast. B, we will do some quick questions and then we will wrap it up. What do you got for us today?
Travis,
Yes.
speaking of the gay Ayatollah, was Hitler gay? And if so, what was his nickname in the cabarets of Berlin in the early 40s? I'll say,
That's
I'll
a
give you
lot to
mine.
ask.
That's a lot.
High
so-
heel Hitler. High heel Hitler.
Oh, great! Now
Ew.
we're really getting censored off of YouTube.
Well, I'll tell you, it is a misunderstanding that he was ever gay, because the term gay previously meant happy, and he was a very happy man. However, he did write gay fan fiction of himself as the German Blitzkrieg.
Okay, is that like Obama's fan fiction that he wrote?
Only in the imagination.
Only in the
right. He's only gay in the
That was
imagination.
Obama's.
Wasn't that the producers, the Springtime for Hitler, where he's
Springtime for Hitler, yeah.
dancing
Oh, so good.
around very fairyish? I don't want to do gay Hitler. Give me another one.
Okay, this is
Gay
this
Stalin.
is for
Stop
this is for the group. Who here out of the three of you
has given birth.
that you are Dan's favorite?
Oh,
Dan's favorite. It would be.
He's not
you,
here, so
B. No, it'd be you, Mr.
White-
B.
I know
Yeah,
it's
it'd
not
be
me,
you.
yeah.
You guys are like brothers from another mother.
That doesn't count. So wait, you're asking people to basically say who? No.
Yeah, because he's not here. Well, I'll ask him next week, and he'll have to choose.
He'll have to choose.
I'm going to see Travis.
Somehow I don't.
It's not me. It's
my favorite is
Paper, rock,
Travis.
scissors for
We'll
it,
just
guys.
all say Travis as our answer.
Yeah. Final
I would
answer.
say Travis.
No.
Travis is
Robin.
Okay.
Which movie do you prefer? The Lion King, Mad Max Fury Road, Superman 3, or Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind.
What was up with that? The
I've
most
never- I know-
separate.
Over Superman 3?
The only thing I know about Superman 3 is that Office Space steals the same money laundering scheme from Superman
Fractions
3.
of pennies.
Fractions of pennies.
Fractions
And
of
I've never
pennies.
seen it. I would say Gone with the Wind because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I also love The Lion King. What was the other one? Oh, Mad Max Fury Road. Is that the one with Charlize Theron?
Yeah, that was great. When that came out, I was very impressed
Yeah,
with
that was good. I enjoyed that movie, and I really like the Mad Max, but you can't put it up against Gone with the Wind. I mean, it was a good movie, but it ain't no Gone with the Wind. But yeah, it'd be a tie between Lion King, Gone with the Wind.
Which movie is more racist, Mad Max Fury Road or Gone with the Wind?
I can't remember racism in either one of them. Well, are you talking about
Probably Gone with the Wind
Mad Max.
because it.
Get Mad Max.
I don't think there's any black people in it. That's maybe
In
there's
Superman
one.
3?
No, Mad Max.
But see, Gone with the Wind would be racist for showing like it's Eurocentric, patriarchal, white nuclear family, like all these racist things according to Marxists.
It's been criticized by modern audiences, to steal critical drinkers' term. It's been criticized for romanticizing modern audiences for romanticizing plantation antebellum South and not showing slavery as it was, or because it does show a healthy relationship between Mammy and her masters and anything. But my point with Gone with the Wind is it was made 60 years after the end of the Civil War. The Civil War to Gone with the Wind was what World War II is to us now. Even it was closer. It was closer in historical, like almost like the Vietnam War to us right now. Like people were alive. People were alive when Gone with the Wind was made that fought in the Civil War. Like many people. Like, isn't that crazy?
Well, maybe they shouldn't have had all those Confederates be the expert on the set.
Who were they getting to advise on the? Well, it's based on Margaret
no, these
Mitchell's
slaves
book
need to be happier.
that came out much earlier, even. So I don't know. But Gone with the Wind is just, even as a cinematic feat of the time. If you watch, now we're talking movies, and I'll stop. But if you watch the making of the hospital scene when she comes into the bed of, there's hundreds of wounded soldiers laying out in the train yard, and how they filmed that, and some were on little pulleys and they were dummies, and some were real people. And if you just go back and watch the making of Gone with the Wind, and what an incredible cinematic feat it was in 1939, it really, I don't think, I'm going to say it, I don't think filmmakers nowadays are capable of making a movie like that with the practical effects.
That's all.
I agree.
That's all AI, Robin.
I know. But hey, I haven't seen it, and don't know spoilers, but we're all going to go see the Project Hail Mary this weekend, and I have heard it's all practical effects. That's what someone said to me. Are you guys big into?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that some of the scenes in space were not filmed actually in space.
They made a whole
Has Ryan Gosling in it, right? Like, I don't think that they actually sent him to another galaxy. I'm quite
but
confident.
Ryan Gosling himself is a practical effect.
He is.
Yeah.
He is not a robot.
There you go.
He's not a robot.
He's not
Are you sure?
Not one that dances.
I went off on Gone with the Wind. If you have one more question for Joel, since Travis got gay Hitler and I got Gone with the Wind, which was very thoughtful of you.
Okay, Joel, if you had to pick a career totally outside your current field, what would you be doing for work right now?
First, I want to note that we never went back to California, which is okay. Because
we did. We talked about fraud.
We did. Oh yeah. Well, we didn't talk about the Nick Shirley stuff. So people should go and watch that, because that was also good. Besides the James O'Keefe stuff, because it's even crazier. But if I had to pick a career besides what I'm doing right now, I mean, that's a good question. When I was younger, I actually was accepted into a pre-med program, so that's what I was doing. Would have been interesting to continue with that, potentially, like going into medicine. But I think probably I would have to say something more in the scientific field. Like marine biologist, I'm just fascinated by the ocean.
You'd be Costanza?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, George Costanza.
George Costanza wanted to be a marine biologist.
George Costanza. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, that would be really fun, or even astronomy. There's a couple different areas of science that really fascinate me. But for sure, that it would have to be some type of job where I'm traveling, studying animals, nature documentary stuff. I love that stuff. So
awesome. Okay, well, that's it. B, anything else?
Nope. I will see you guys next week.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Like and subscribe to this video. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, B. Thank you to our listeners. We can't do this without you. So thank you for being here. Have a great week.
Adios.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.